Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on Resident Evil 2. So this video it was requested quite a lot by you guys in the comment section on the what if you use the club key in Leon's playthrough. So basically, this video is where we play up to this point where you have the first cutscene with Ada when she comes into when you get to this spot right here with this machine, which is the parking garage pass key. As you can see, that's our objective, obtain the parking garage keycard. So yeah, when you get to this cutscene where you first meet Ada and she tells you she's FBI, but she's actually not. She shoots the dog that attacks you. Obviously, your next objective is to follow her through that door where she's talking to Ben and go find the puzzle power panels and complete the puzzle to get the parking garage keycard. But here's the big kicker, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to use what's called the cheat engine to literally hack into the game code and change this wooden board to the parking garage keycard and see what happens to the game from there. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so on your screen right now is the cheat engine, as you can see right here on the right hand side. So, I've enabled it, I've attached it to the running program, RE2, obviously. And basically what we want to do is we want to go to down here on the left hand side here. We can basically make ourselves invincible, we can increase the damage our weapons do, etc, etc, but we're not interested in any of that. What we're interested in is highlighted item. Now this little section of the cheat engine right here allows you to modify any item in your inventory, provided it's in your inventory. So what we want to do is we're going to go back into the game, highlight hand grenade, and then highlight wooden boards yet again. Because basically, when you highlight an item and then go into the cheat engine, it needs to recognize that you've highlighted said item. Now, obviously, you saw the question marks previously, which means it didn't recognize the item we highlighted. So we have to highlight a different item, then go back to the one we want to change. So, by going to, obviously, our inventory, quickly switching to the hand grenade, and then quickly switching back to wooden boards, and then if I Alt-Tab... No, I can't Alt-Tab because that'll take me out my inventory. Of course, I have to do this the old-fashioned way. So yeah, I'm a retard. It's completely fine, ladies and gents. But yeah, wooden boards is highlighted. So if I go back into the cheat engine, as you can see right here on the right-hand side, wooden board. So what I want to do is I want to change wooden board to P for parking garage keycard. Easy as that. Click, click, and obviously we have one of them because that's the only one that you can get in the game. Go back into our inventory, and there we have it. Parking garage keycard. A keycard for opening and closing the RPD parking garage shutter. So, we technically shouldn't have been able to get this. We shouldn't have been able to get this without actually completing the power panel puzzles. So, what I want to do is, my whole point for this video is to see what happens after this. See if it triggers the cutscene, and then play through the game normally and see what happens to any of the other criteria, such as playing through the game normally to see if we can still get the actual parking garage keycard, or see if we can, do it that way. So yeah, just basically see if it breaks the game. So yeah, power panel, not the power panel, parking garage keycard, clickety click. Now loading. Oh, loading screen. in before the game crashes. Alright, so the game crashed. Which is what I kind of expected, because we hadn't triggered any of the cutscenes or anything. We hadn't done any of the puzzles. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to reload the game. And I'm going to, obviously, go back into cheat engine. I'm going to modify it to, obviously, process list right here on the right hand side, as you can see. I'm going to make sure that everything's disabled, re-enable it, and make sure that we don't die, obviously, because that's handy. And I'm actually just going to increase the damage multiplier to 10, just so that, obviously, if we do play through the game, then, we can't actually die. I just basically want to see what happens. So cheat engine is fully done. So that's option number one. So option number one basically crashed the game. So if we obviously we hacked this wooden board right here into the parking garage keycard, and yeah, it just loaded. It went to a loading screen, as you saw, black screen in the bottom left-hand corner. It just said now loading with the typewriter, and yeah, it just after about 5 minutes, the game just crashed. So my next thought is to trigger this cutscene with Ada and Ben, and then obviously hack the game, hack the key card into the game, and take it from there. So Benjamin, now that so I'm just gonna skip that cutscene, ladies and gents. All right, trust me. So normally we would have to go back to there and get, obviously, the power panels. Oh, floppity flop. No. So yeah, we'd have to get the power panels, the power panel puzzles, power panel puzzle parts. I don't know what they're called. All right, but we'd have to basically get them in order to get the garage card off Ben. So now that cutscene has been triggered and we know what we're looking for, if we go back into our inventory and go back into Cheat Engine and go highlighted item, switch to wooden boards, and switch wooden boards to parking garage keycard, can we now trigger this cutscene? Let's find out. Nope, I get a loading screen. Alright, so game crashed again. Yeah, again, loading screen, 5 minutes. Game crashed. Alright, so attempt number 3. Let me think. So well, first of all, what I am going to do is not load up my Steam library. Ignore that. I alt-tabbed. I need to set this process back to Resident Evil 2. Keep that. Re-enable all this bullshit. And just set that back to 10. Highlighted item. And get that ready to go. Alright, so basically... Right, now that that's set, right, I'm going to take items that I don't need. So, obviously, wooden board and a knife I'm not going to need. Because this is the plan. This is the plan, alright? So, attempt number 3 is trigger the cutscene with Ben again. Like, go back to the jail cell where Ben and Ada is. Trigger that cutscene. Then I'm going to transform the 2 items, right? The wooden boards and the knife into power panel puzzle parts. Then I'm not going to actually take the garage pass off what's his face. I'm just going to skip that. Skippity skip. I'll take that. Is this something I need? Square crank. Yeah, it is. Alright, I need a 3rd item. I think there's a first aid spray in there, isn't there? Behind that toilet. Alright, so yeah. Gonna turn these 2 bad boys, these 2, into power panel parts. So, if we go back into the cheat engine, and I'll actually move this across to here, just so you can see the inventory. Alright, so wooden board, change to power panel part. Alright. Change that to that. And then highlight the knife. Go back. Talon, why do you... Alt-tabbing is a habit, ladies and gents, alright? It's a habit. So I need to change this. I need to change combat knife to is not a weapon. I need to change is weapon to power panel part number 2, which is that one. Right. It suddenly says that. See what I mean? See what I did just there? It automatically updated our objective to saying that we obtained both electronic parts. So if we examine power panel part, examine power panel part. So we can't use the same power panel part twice. We have to use the 2 different items in the game's code. hence why I chose one option in Cheat Engine and the second option in the Cheat Engine. So, hopefully, fingers bloody crossed that this works. Alright, so, boom and boom. Now I need to solve this. Alright. Do not. Obviously, you're dead, but I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna do it the normal way, am I? I'm trying to break the game here. So, we're not gonna actually take the normal one. Alright? We're gonna highlight the first aid spray. We're gonna go back into the Cheat Engine, and we're gonna change this to the parking garage keycard. Forgot about you. Not that it matters, because obviously we've set our damage to 10. I'm just gonna go clickety click. Us. Woman, why didn't you fall? My aim is terrible. Hang on. Damage multiplier is 10. Bro, how many bullets did I have to fire at that guy? Thank you. Alright. And Mr. X be like, hey, motherfuckers. Us. Oh, I beg your motherfucking pardon. Damage multiplier of 10, and I still took 4 bullets to take you down. I'm just gonna run past you. Don't mind me. Hi, bye. Just gonna. Now we trigger the cutscene with Ada, and then it just says now loading. Oh, don't say we've got to do this manually. Because we didn't actually get the key card. I see what you're doing, game. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Alright, so guess what? Game crashed. The game be like, Talon, stop hacking, please. Just stop hacking my game. Alright, load the game. And let's try this again. So, attempt number 4. So, I'm guessing... Right, this is my hypothesis now. I'm guessing that the game... Like, you have to take the actual scripted keycard from Ben's dead body, right? So, in order to do so, or in order to do that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to need an item to scrap. You know what? I'll just use the hand grenades. Alright, so, you know what? That's Gucci. That's Gucci. We're fine. So, attempt number 4. Just to try and get past the loading screens that the game throws up. So, go trigger the keycard, go trigger the cutscene with Ben, right? Use the cheat engine to hack in the power panel parts. Trigger the, fix this, so skip that. Go into here and do the whole business with cheat engine, so Resident Evil 2, enable, oh no, actually Tyrant down one shot, I'll actually just leave that activated. Damage multiplier of 50, because why the fuck not? Highlighted item. Alright, so wooden board, go back into cheat engine, change that to power battle bot, edit, and then change that. Change this to power panel part. Change that to not weapon. Change that to 1. Ta-da! Now, go out of the inventory. And do this again. Alright. Attempt number 4. take the actual parking garage keycard, because this little scene here is classed as a keycard. Plus, you have to get the evidence for Ada to listen to. So I'm gonna just skip the cutscene and take that. All right. So yeah, I know my objectives are screwed. All right. So take the first aid spray as well. Not that we need it because we've got undead on. But yeah, don't actually need this as well. But I'm still going to take it because I'm just for the experiment. Obviously, we can't actually do the whole shebang about this, that, and the other. Boo, boo, bitch. Thanks. Alright. Mr. X.
Give me a break.
Goodbye, friend. You too. Alright, so hopefully we should now be past the cutscene. Because we've got the evidence for Ada. Alright. Cheeky son of a bitch. Yeah, so Ada's now here, alright? I've skipped that cutscene because, yeah. And then, obviously, trigger that. Bleep. Yeah. No loading screen. There you have it. There you have it. So we couldn't actually hack... Basically, the game has a checklist of things, of events to tick off, if you like. And unfortunately, like I said, yeah, it's decided, you know what, you've still got cutscenes and evidence to trigger. You know, you haven't triggered the necessary events for the game to continue forward. So hence why we kept getting loading screens and the game crashing. So, result of this experiment is you cannot use the cheat engine after the first cutscene. You have to trigger the other cutscenes first and actually use the actual scripted item to get past that stage. You can use the cheat engine to hack your way to get the power panel parts to complete that puzzle, yes, provided you have items you want to throw away. It has to be items you want to throw away though, like the combat knife, etc. Bear in mind I threw away the 2 hand grenades, which I can easily get back. I can just change that first aid spray to something else. But yeah, it works like I say, the cheat engine works the exact same way. You can use it to get the power panel parts to obtain the keycard. Bear in mind your objectives here on the left hand side will be screwed. As well as obviously remembering that the game has scripted events that it needs to tick off before actually getting past that stage, that cutscene. So yeah, basically after the first cutscene when Ada shoots the dog, you have the cutscene with Ben, and the second cutscene where you take the evidence for Ada to listen to while walking up that ramp that we've just walked up. So yeah, experiment is a failure, ladies and gentlemen. So unfortunately, we cannot use the cheat engine to hack our way past that part. We just have to accept the fact that we can use the cheat engine to do certain parts of it, but we still have to use the actual scripted item around Ben's neck. So I hope that solves, I hope that solves your little lingering questions. If there's any more of these types of videos that you want me to do in the future, please let me know in the comments section down below. If you have enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. Hit that big red button underneath the video as well. It massively helps me out. Like I say, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in a bit.